Coming up on KOTA Territory News at 5:30, Rapid City explores the possibility of a partnership to turn waste into renewable energy. Plus, a Democratic state representative offers her opinion on how her party should move forward in South Dakota. And Attorney General Marty Jackley weighs in on the Highway Patrol's historic meth bust. Your news starts now.
From Skyline Drive, this is KOTA Territory News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Jack Cottle. The man arrested in South Dakota Highway Patrol's largest ever meth seizure has been indicted by a grand jury. He made his first court appearance on Saturday and pleaded not guilty on Monday. KOTA Territory's Blake Trolley reports more information about the alleged drug trafficker has come out.
42-year-old Alonzo Molina Corona is facing 15 years in prison after being indicted on two separate charges by a Meade County grand jury. Molina Corona is a Mexican national who was living in Fresno, California. Molina Corona was pulled over on I-90 in Sturgis last week. During that stop, police recovered 207 pounds of crystal meth.
When you have methamphetamine valued at $12 million in our state, it's a big concern. Certainly that would have been devastating to the public. And again, I appreciate the work of the South Dakota Highway Patrol to put a stop to this and to seize that amount of drugs.
Attorney General Marty Jackley is expecting federal charges to be filed on the case as well. Jackley says state and federal authorities are still determining whether or not they will be seeking deportation with Molina Corona, given the large amount of drugs.
When you look at 207 pounds of meth valued at $12 million, certainly there are other individuals involved. We want to make sure we're doing everything we can to have all the people that are involved be held accountable.
Governor Roden issued a statement on the arrests yesterday saying, "We are taking action to protect the people of South Dakota from criminals and drug traffickers. Our Highway Patrol showed incredible professionalism in achieving this record drug bust." Molina Corona was initially pulled over for speeding. During that stop, a police canine alerted officers to the drugs through scent. Molina Corona is currently being held at the Meade County Jail. In Rapid City, Blake Trolley, KOTA Territory News.
Sunshine and comfortable temperatures made for a nice day in the Black Hills. Chief Meteorologist David Stradling says changes are on the way. So which direction are we going here?
We're going up. We're going to feel more like summer, Jack. This is a nice break from the heat we were going to be seeing. It's been feeling great today. Temperatures got up into the mid 80s with all of that sunshine, but we'll be warming up to the 90s over the next couple of days. We look outside on our Golden West weather camera at the Gunnarsson Palmer Law Firm. This is over Main Street. Plenty of sunshine right now. First alert Doppler radar, as it has been all day. Relatively quiet in terms of precipitation. However, there have been a few clouds that have bubbled up here and there, but we are watching a few of these showers and thunderstorms developing kind of in northwest Wyoming and south central portions of Montana, south of Bozeman, between Bozeman and Cody. These are going to be moving east-southeast towards Sheridan this evening, overnight tonight for the rest of Wyoming and into western South Dakota. It did get hot in some spots. We were in the 90s right now in Sheridan and Hot Springs, 80s for Rapid City, but we'll talk about some more widespread 90s coming up in a little bit.
Thank you, David. A Democratic state representative from Rapid City has weighed in on what she would like to see from potential gubernatorial and congressional candidates. Representative Nicole Uri-Boggs says she would like to see the candidates take a policy-first stance as opposed to reacting to the Republican agenda.
I mean, we have to differentiate ourselves, and they're giving us a lot to work with. And I mean, from all the stuff that's happening with ICE and Operation Prairie Thunder to climate change to, I mean, just there's so many things that we can be building up on. But really, at the end of the day, what is it going to be that will actually help make people's lives better?
The Democratic Party so far has candidate Julian Beaudoin running for U.S. Senate next year. Beaudoin is a former South Dakota State trooper. Dakota State student Robert Arnold has put his name in for governor. The party's executive director told KOTA Territory News in a recent interview that potential candidates are looking into both the congressional and gubernatorial seats. Sturgis motorcycle rally traffic picked up this year compared to the previous 5-year average. That's according to the South Dakota Department of Transportation. The DOT tallied the traffic into Sturgis August 1st through the 10th, noting an increase of more than 11%. Traffic was up every day of the rally, with Monday being the busiest day and showing the largest increase, 19% over that 5-year average. For the 10-day rally, the DOT counted 537,459 vehicles entering Sturgis, a 14.1% increase over last year. This year's 10-day average is the highest since 2015, the 75th anniversary, when they counted more than 747,000 vehicles coming into Sturgis. These totals, however, do not reveal how many people attended the rally. Black Hills Energy Renewable Resources in the city of Rapid City are exploring a partnership to turn waste into renewable energy. At today's Public Works Committee meeting, the committee approved a memorandum of understanding and a non-disclosure agreement to launch a study into converting landfill and wastewater digester gas into renewable natural gas. The gas will be processed, injected into the natural gas pipeline, and sold on the renewable energy market. Black Hills Energy and Renewable Resources will fund the evaluation. Program manager Paul Kamak said the city, which operates a landfill and water reclamation facility, will generate new long-term revenue sources through this project.
You've got a local source of energy that's not being tapped into. You've got a potential revenue source that will help bring in more revenue, cut costs and stuff for the city because they won't have to operate the well field, and we'll take over that operation. So it's a win-win all the way around.
The items will be moved to City Council on Monday to get the mayor's signature on both the MOU and the NDA. Well, it's been a temperate day in KOTA territory, and we expect more of the same for the rest of the week. We'll let you know what's on the way and your accurate first alert forecast coming up later. But first, Black Hills Habitat for Humanity dedicates a new house specially tailored to a family who needs it. That and more coming up next. A life-changing moment took place for one South Dakota family today, thanks to a local nonprofit and a whole lot of community support. Our Zeta Jones joined in the celebration taking place on Lemon Avenue and has the story.
The Popkes family received the keys to their brand new, affordable, and fully accessible home on Lemon Avenue. And it's more than just a roof over their heads. It's a fresh start.
It's amazing. The independence that it's given both of us, just in the little time that we have been here, we can realize that, accessibility makes such a difference.
Mr. Popkes has been in a wheelchair for over 50 years following a devastating car accident. Until now, he and his family have lived in homes that weren't built for wheels in mind, but not anymore.
I never had a house where I could just, wheel in and everything was the way I needed it to be. I'm at that stage of my life where it's so awesome just to be blessed with the situation of having a totally accessible house.
That's such an unusual thing in affordable housing right now, or attainable housing, is having a home that's accessible for someone in a wheelchair, where people can age gracefully. And Habitat's really proud of the work that we do to make these homes work for each person that we partner with and finance.
Moving to KOTA territory from East River, South Dakota, the Popkes family gathered a supportive crowd into their brand new garage, giving a reminder that it takes a village to support those in need.
It's a whole village that comes together to help that one family. And this year we hope to serve 8 to 10 families with new homes and another 25 to 30 home repair and Habitat handyman projects where we're going into homes and just making tweaks and improvements to them so that people can continue to live safely in their homes.
Reporting in Rapid City, Zeta Jones, KOTA Territory News.
Days before his summit in Alaska, President Trump says he wants Russian President Putin to agree to a ceasefire in Ukraine. Here's John Decker with the details.
President Donald Trump departs for Anchorage, Alaska Friday morning for his bilateral summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin. But the White House is already lowering expectations of a major breakthrough to end the war in Ukraine. Just over 2 months ago, President Trump imposed a deadline of August the 8th for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. Now on Tuesday, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt appeared to indicate that a peace deal ending the war in Ukraine is an unlikely outcome from President Trump's meeting in Alaska with his Russian counterpart.
This is a listening exercise for the president. Look, only one party that's involved in this war is going to be present. And so this is for the president to go and to get, again, a more firm and better understanding of how we can hopefully bring this war to an end.
Putin is expected to focus on improving the U.S.-Russia trade relationship. But Leavitt said the Ukraine-Russia conflict will be the sole subject at the summit.
I think this conversation on Friday is focused on ending the war in Ukraine as far as the president's perspective goes. Those conversations, I think the president is interested in having, but his main priority right now is ending this war.
The president will consult with European leaders Wednesday morning. They want President Trump to put additional pressure on Putin if he isn't negotiating in good faith. For Local News Live at the White House, I'm John Decker.
Chief Meteorologist David Stradling is tracking summer heat and more storms. The details are in your accurate First Alert forecast next.
Now, the First Alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist David Stradling.
Here's a look at our Golden West weather camera. This is our tower camera right now as we take a look outside. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds, not too much happening currently. We are 77 in Custer right now, 80s for many others. Hot Springs holding steady at 91, Edgemont 90, Sheridan 91. We take a closer look into the Black Hills. 84 in Rapid City, 80 up towards Sturgis, and 81 in Spearfish. Now, the First Alert Doppler radar been quiet for much of the day. Kind of a nice break from all of those showers and thunderstorms that we've been getting nearly on the daily. Just a few of those cumulus clouds popping up. But we are going to be watching for these showers that are developing over the higher terrain southeast of Bowman, northwest of Cody. This will continue to move east-southeast. So Sheridan likely going to be seeing those showers and storms as we get towards maybe about 9 p.m. or so. And then those will be moving into northeast Wyoming and into western South Dakota after midnight. So we'll be taking a look at some showers and storms potentially overnight tonight and into the morning hours. For tomorrow, we have a high of 92. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms are likely for us to develop throughout the day, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. But our severe threat for tomorrow, as I mentioned yesterday, wasn't surprised to see this shifted a little farther to the west to include much of the Black Hills and Rapid City. But as those storms fire off the hills, they may become a little bit more favorable to get strong to severe from about New Wonderwood, Wall, Wasta, out towards the Badlands, Phillip, Midland, Kadoka, down towards Martin, Pierre, all the way down towards Valentine, Nebraska, and areas southeast. A level 2 out of 5 slight risk is in place. Hail and wind will seem to be the primary threat with these thunderstorms as we go throughout the day tomorrow. So through the rest of the evening, as I mentioned, we'll have those showers and thunderstorms sliding southeastward as we go throughout the night. By tomorrow morning, there may be a lingering shower or two, but many of us should be drying out. A mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky as those storms fire up throughout the afternoon hours. And here's a look at those storms by about 6 p.m. out in the South Dakota plains, pushing southeastward, really intensifying out towards south central South Dakota. But for right now, we're going to be looking at a dry start to Thursday. And for Thursday itself, we are looking at a very, very nice day. There could be a couple of showers or storms that develop into the afternoon hours towards central Wyoming, moving towards Sheridan, but we'll have to keep an eye out on that as we make our way into Thursday. It will be hot the next 2 days, back-to-back 90s on tap, 85 on Friday. We'll have some showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon, the first day of the Central States Fair. A couple of storms continue for us on Saturday with a high of 83 degrees. And for the whole week of the fair, from the 18th through the 22nd, that Monday through Friday, temperatures will be either above average or well above normal for us. We're likely talking highs in the 80s and 90s yet again. And in terms of moisture, yeah, slight favorability of above normal moisture for us as those afternoon shower and thunderstorm chances will continue into that week as well. So it'll be something we're keeping an eye on as we make our way into next week. But a few storms are possible tonight. Seasonable temperatures in the 60s for many, a few 50s near Custer. And as we go through today, tomorrow, 80s in the hills, 90s for many others, 100 into Pine Ridge, upper 90s for Phillip and Kadoka. It's going to be a warm one for Wednesday. Thursday, in some spots, could be warmer for Spearfish and Deadwood, but a little bit cooler towards northeast Wyoming as temperatures drop a couple of degrees. We'll fall to the 80s going into the weekend with more storm chances, but by next week, 80s and 90s are likely with a few of those afternoon thunderstorm chances possible again.
You know, I think we had a spot last week, too, where Pine Ridge was the hottest spot in the whole region out here.
Yeah, southwest South Dakota does tend to be some of the hotter areas. You get the more drier air down there, and those temperatures creep up from the south, so you get those 90s and triple digits sometimes.
All right, thank you very much, David. Coming up, you're in luck this evening as we have a special Big Old Fish headed your way. Plus, we get you ready for tomorrow night's big final round of the Wild West Wednesday Rodeo. Vic Quick has all the details next in KOTA Sports.
Happy dinner time, everybody. The Rush bolstered its lineup for the upcoming season today by signing goalie Nathan Torchia. Torchia joined Rapid City at the tail end of last season after wrapping up his college career at the University of Windsor in Ontario. Torchia went 1-1 with a 4.08 goals against average in 3 games with the Rush. Hart Ranch's Wild West Wednesdays Rodeo wraps up tomorrow night with the last of 8 performances. First place buckles will be on the line as cowboys and cowgirls compete in bareback, saddle bronc, bull riding, breakaway roping, and barrel racing. Heather Hunsaker competes in barrel racing and also serves as Wild West Wednesdays Rodeo secretary. Now her husband is also a judge at the rodeo, and her daughter Hadley serves as the junior rodeo ambassador. And the Hunsakers really enjoy being a part of Wild West Wednesdays Rodeo.
Oh, I love it here. This arena is phenomenal, and I've got a really nice horse right now, so there's a lot of adrenaline that goes on just thinking about my run on the way here and then after we get here during our run. I get all the paperwork ready, all the judges' sheets, the injury releases. I take all the Cowboys' money, and then I double check scores at the end of the night. I do all the payouts, and then the producer and I keep in contact as far as who's not coming and who's here. And I've been doing this since the inception of this rodeo.
The Bennett County football team is focused on delivering a big season. The Warriors kick things off a week from Friday when they travel to Jones County. Bennett County plays its home opener on the 29th against New Underwood. The Warriors will also entertain Hill City on September 26th. Bennett County looks to improve on last year's 2-6 record. The St. Thomas More girls tennis team opened the season by playing a pair of duels in Huron today. The Cavaliers came up just short in the matchup against the Tigers, falling 5-4. Evie Reinke picked up the win at Flight 2 singles for STM. The Cavs' Aaliyah Strand and Samantha Ponto won at Flight 3 and Flight 5 singles. The doubles tandem of Aaliyah Strand and Abigail Oakes earned the win at Flight 2. Now STM also fell to Mitchell today, 8-0. Well, let's jump on in for another edition of Big Old Fish. And this evening, State Senator and former KOTA Territory News anchor Helene Duhamel is our featured angler. That's right, Helene reeled in this 16-inch smallmouth bass out of Lake Okoboji in Iowa. Now, Helene is currently battling cancer. Helene, we're all thinking of you and praying for you, and you have the community behind you in your fight. Now, you too can be featured on a Big Old Fish. Just send us your picture by using the Submit Photos link at KOTATV.com. Make sure and give us the name of the person who caught the fish, what kind of fish it is, how big it is, and where it was caught. Get those pictures in, and we'll get you on Big Old Fish. The first time I ever did Big Old Fish, Helene was at the news desk, so it was good to get her on Big Old Fish tonight. Twins taking on the Yankees over on Fox. You can catch that there as it is off and running. That's a look at sports.
Marine scientists have discovered an astonishing ecosystem nearly 30,000 feet under the sea. These living organisms were found in the deep trenches below the ocean surface between Russia and Alaska. A geochemist made the discovery while on a mission in a submersible. She found a series of organisms that use the chemical compound methane instead of sunlight to survive. The various species of clam and tube worm had never been found so deep below the ocean surface. The scientists' team believes the trenches act as both a reservoir and recycling center for methane. The findings were published July 30th in the journal Nature. And the Perseid meteor shower is one of the best meteor showers of the year, and it's peaking tonight. The official peak time is 4 p.m. Eastern time. In previous years, the Perseid meteor shower has produced around 40 to 50 visible meteors per hour, but this year, sky gazers aren't likely to see as many. A NASA expert said that's because the shower is happening soon after the August full moon. Light from the moon will make meteor spotting more difficult. You can expect to see around 10 to 20 meteors per hour. The best time to watch are for about an hour between dusk and moonrise tonight and the last couple of hours before daybreak on Wednesday. Clear night for that tonight?
There will be some clouds moving through tonight, but not completely overcast. First alert Doppler radar does show dry conditions now, but a few showers and thunder showers between Bozeman and Cody will be moving our way throughout the night. A couple of more storm chances through the week and staying warm at the 80s and 90s in the forecast.
That'll do it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you tonight at 10.
Thanks for watching KOTA Territory News, your local news and weather authority.